Welcome back. This session we will see some example for this leaky bucket algorithm and token bucket algorithm. As you remember, these two algorithms are used for traffic shaping, right? That is, if the input from a sending machine is heavy burst, it may not be able to handle this much traffic by the network and it will create congestion and all. To assure the quality of service, we are using some algorithms like leaky bucket and token bucket in the interface of the sender machine and the network, and so that this heavy burst will be regulated to the network. So first let us take the example leaky bucket algorithm, and here we have given a scenario that a computer can produce data at a rate 25 megabyte per second, and suppose data comes as 140 millisecond burst. Okay, so this is a situation from the sending machine. It is producing 25 MB per second heavy bursts are there, and for a duration of 40 milliseconds such a burst is coming. Okay, but the routers can accept this data at a rate only for short intervals, this much rate only for short intervals, definitely under their buffers are filled up, and for long intervals they work burst at rates not exceeding 2 million bytes per second. So this is the capacity of the corresponding network. Only 2 MB per second they can accept for a long interval. First let us see how the leaky bucket algorithm can be used in this scenario to regulate the flow. So in case of leaky bucket algorithm, whatever may be the input rate, the output always will be in a constant rate, right? So depending on the capacity of the network, here it is 2 MB per second, the outflow will be always fixed. So rho, that is the leaky bucket flow of data from the leaky bucket to the network, that is 2 MB per second here. So you can see here that the input traffic is with a rate 25 megabyte per second and it longs for 40 milliseconds. So how much data will be transferred actually? Yeah, in 1 second it could have transferred 25 MB, right? But it takes only 40 milliseconds. That much only will be transferred. So 40 millisecond into 25 MB. That will be the total amount of data transferred. 25 into 10 raised to 6 into 40 into 10 raised to minus 3. That is equal to 1 MB. Okay. So within this 40 millisecond, the data transferred will be 1 MB of data. Okay, and the outflow rate is 2 MB per second. So this 1 MB data in the leaky bucket is to be transferred with a rate 2 MB per second. So to transfer 2 MB it takes 1 second, right? We have to transfer only 1 MB. So definitely the time taken for transferring this much data will be 500 milliseconds, half a second, right? Okay, so this will be the duration of the data transfer. This is how the leaky bucket algorithm can be used. This is more the token bucket algorithm. Unlike the leaky bucket algorithm, here some sort of output burst is allowed, right? So if the input is so much bursty, some sort of output burst is also allowed to support the quality of the incoming data, but not for a full length of traffic, right? For a fixed time period or limited time, this bursty traffic is allowed in case of a token bucket. So we have to find how much time this type of bursty traffic is allowed. After that, a constant flow will be permitted depending on the tokens available in the token bucket. Okay, so let us see how much length this bursty traffic will be allowed. So calculating this length of the maximum rate burst is slightly tricky, right? Because if we think logically, we will think that if the token bucket contains this much token, that much will be the outflow, right? But that is not the case. As and when this communication is happening, transfer is happening, new tokens are producing in the bucket, right? So that much traffic also will be added up always. So we have to find that duration of the bursty traffic using an equation. Burst length is S second. The token bucket capacity is C bytes. Okay, C bytes means that much data can be permitted to transfer. That is the meaning of this capacity of token bucket. And token arrival rate is rho byte per second. Okay, and maximum output rate is M byte per second. So the coming data incoming from the center machine is with a rate M byte per second, and the token is arriving into the bucket with a rate rho bytes per second. And in that case, we can see that the output burst contains a maximum of C plus rho S bytes. C is actually the capacity of the bucket. That much token will be available. That means that much traffic can be allowed. But as and when it starts transmitting, again these tokens are producing in the bucket continuously every clock tick, right? So that much data traffic can also be added to this. So totally this much bytes can be transferred, and the number of bytes in a maximum speed burst of length s seconds can be transferred as ms. Okay, we already seen that, right? So if m is the rate of data transfer and it continues for s time, the total bytes transferred will be ms. And the previous example also we have seen that, right? That is 25 Mbps was the rate of transfer and it continued for 40 milliseconds. So total data transferred was just 1 MB, right? M into S. The same thing happens here also. We can use this equation S equal to C by M minus rho to find the burst length. That means how much time the output burst can be allowed. Okay. After that, a regular traffic only will be allowed. So keep in mind S equal to C by M minus rho, where S is the time duration at which the output can be bursty. After that, it should flow in a constant rate. And C is the token bucket capacity, and M is the maximum input bursty traffic rate, and rho is the constant rate of this token bucket and also the output rate. And here it is given that C is equal to 250 KB. So at any time the bucket hold token enough to transfer 250 KB of data, and M is equal to 25 MB per second. So input is coming in a rate 25 megabyte per second, and rho, that is the new tokens are produced with the rate 2 MB per second. And so the constant outflow also can be supported using this rate 2 MB per second only. Okay, that means the input is a heavy bursty traffic, right? 25 MB per second is the input traffic rate, and using token bucket we can allow this traffic output burst for some time. After that we have to use this traffic rate. Okay, so for how much time this output burst can be allowed, that we have to find out using this equation. So substituting our values, S equal to this as C for 250 KB or 0.25 MB, right? And 25 is the M value, 25 MB is the maximum rate, and rho is the fixed capacity fixed rate, that is 2 MB, right? Substituting this value we will get 11 millisecond. That means for the first 11 millisecond the output burst can be allowed. So for the first 11 millisecond the data can be transferred with the rate 25 MB per second, and the remaining can be transferred with the rate of 2 megabit per second. Now the question is how long the remaining data will take to transfer. Okay, so as you know the inflow is 25 MB per second and the data was as a 140 millisecond burst, and as you remember the total data byte received as inflow is actually 1 megabyte, right? Yeah, you're multiplying these two values. 25 MB per second is the rate and 40 millisecond is the duration. We will get 1 MB. This is the data actually received, and from this data for the first 11 millisecond the data transferred with a speed of 25 MB per second. So the data transfer during that period will be 25 MB into 11 millisecond, that is 275 KB. This is actually bullets, not the decimal points. Don't confuse with us. Okay, these are actually bullet points, not decimal points. Okay, so the value will be 275 KB. That means during the first 11 millisecond, 275 KB of data is already transferred using that bursty traffic, and the remaining we have to transfer using this rate of 2 megabyte per second. Okay, so remaining data is actually 725 KB. So what will be the time taken to transfer the remaining traffic? Remaining traffic is 725 KB and the rate is 2 MB per second. Rate 2 MB per second means for transferring 2 MB of data it will take 1 second, right? So for transferring 725 KB it will take 725 K by 2M, that is 360 millisecond it will take. Okay, so this will be the traffic shape in case of a token bucket algorithm. So you can see here the input traffic is 25 megabit per second and it receives a burst for 40 millisecond, and output for the first 11 millisecond the entire 25 megabit per second data will be allowed. So a data of 270 KB will be transferred during this time period, and for the remaining time the rate will be 2 megabit per second is the rate. So it will last for 362 millisecond to send the remaining 725 data. Okay, so this is how the token bucket in case of a token bucket capacity of 250 kilobytes. Second scenario, the token bucket capacity is 500 KB. The remaining parameters are the same. So in that case, as the length of the burst for that maximum traffic outflow will be, we have to substitute C as 0.5, okay, 500 KB or 0.5 MB. The remaining values are the same. So we will get 22 milliseconds. So if the token bucket capacity is 500 kb, this much time the output burst can be permitted. Okay. So 22 millisecond, the data can be transferred with the rate 25 MB per second, and the remaining will be transferred using this rate 2 MB per second. So upon calculating these values, we will get 550 kb will be transferred in the first 22 millisecond, and the remaining 450 will be transferred using the rate 2 MB per second. So 225 millisecond will be taken to send the remaining data. So this will be the input and this will be the output. First 22 millisecond, the rate is 25 MB per second, and the remaining 225 millisecond, the rate will be 2 MB per second to transfer the entire 1 MB data. In the same way, if the token capacity is 750 kb, this will be the output flow. Okay, and then in that case S will be 33 milliseconds. For that time it can send the data in the maximum bursty rate, and then 2 MB per second rate for 88 millisecond. Okay, so this will be the outflow. Now let us discuss a question which was asked in your GATE exam 2016. For a host machine that uses token bucket algorithm for congestion control, the token bucket has a capacity of 1 megabyte and the maximum output rate is 20 megabyte per second. Tokens arrive at a rate to sustain output rate at a 10 megabyte per second. The token bucket is currently full and the machine needs to send 12 megabytes of data. The minimum time required to transmit the data is -second. This is the question. So as you remember, the capacity of the token bucket is 1 megabytes. And the maximum output rate is 20 megabytes. So incoming data may be in a rate of 20 megabyte per second, and the tokens are generating into this bucket with a speed of 10 megabyte per second. So this is the actually output rate. So whatever may be the rate at which the tokens are generated, that is the permission to send data, right? So this will be the outflow rate in a constant manner. Okay, so and this is the output bursty traffic, and channel token bucket capacity is 1 megabyte. Okay, so in question is we have to transmit 12 megabytes of data. So how much time it will take? That's the question. So first we have to determine for how long this 20 megabytes of data can be transferred. So initially the bucket is full, means we can transfer data to the maximum possible bursty rate, right? So here the maximum possible rate is 20 megabytes. So using this rate, how much time it can send the data? That's the question. So we have to use this equation. So maximum rate is 20 megabyte per second. Capacity of the token bucket is 1 megabytes, and the constant rate of output and constant rate of token generation is 10 megabyte per second. So burst length S can be determined using that equation, C by M minus rho, and that is 1 here, C is 1 here, 20 minus 10 is M and rho here. So 0.1 second. So for the first 0.1 second, we can transfer data in a rate of 20 megabyte per second. So using this equation, how much data will be transferred actually? Yeah, rate is 20 MB and it remains or continues for 0.1 second, right? So 2 MB of data will be actually transferred during the peak period. Okay. Remaining, what is the traffic? Actually, we have to transfer 12 MB of data, right? Out of which 2 is transferred using this bursty traffic rate within the first 0.1 second. Okay, the remaining 10 MB we have to transfer using the rate 10 MB per second. That is the constant rate of our bucket, right? So time to send will be, we have 10 MB of data and the rate is 10 MB per second. That means 1 second is required to send the data, right? So 1 second for the remaining 10 MB and 0.1 second for the first 2 MB. So totally we need 0.1 plus 1, that is 1.1 second. This is the total time required to transfer the 12 MB of data. Okay, so this is a solution, and you are given one more question, that is here the channel capacity is 500 kb. Okay, and you are given one more question to practice yourself. Okay, for a host machine that uses token bucket algorithm for congestion control, token bucket has a capacity of 500 kb. That means at any time it can send a traffic of 500 kb, right? And the maximum output rate is 25 MB per second. Input may arrive at a rate of 25 MB per second. Tokens arrive at a rate of, to sustain this traffic at a rate 5 MB per second. That means new tokens are generated in a rate 5 MB per second into this bucket. So constant outflow can be in a rate 5 MB per second. The question is, the token bucket does allow burst, but up to a regulated maximum length. what is the burst length in the given scenario. So for how long this 25 MB per second will be allowed by this algorithm. And the second question is, the bucket is currently full. So it has the maximum tokens in it. That means maximum traffic it can allow. And the machine needs to send 25 MB of data. We have to send a data of 25 MB. What is the minimum time required to transmit the data? So you can try it out yourself, and if there is any doubt you can ask me. Okay, just to cross check your answer. This is answer. For question number 1, the answer is 25 millisecond. That is, for the first 25 millisecond, the output burst can be allowed with a rate of 25 megabyte per second. And the second question answer is 4.9 seconds. That means for transferring the entire 25 MB of data, it will take around 4.9 seconds. Thank you.